Hey, it's John Hutchison here from conversionrateacademy.com. Now, we're always getting asked, where do I start with split testing? And in this video, we're going to cover the 4 steps you need to get started. You're also going to learn how to prioritize your split test ideas for maximum impact, what you must do before you run your very first split test, the secret to creating and running your first split test idea, the quickest way to find out what your visitors think about your site and what you need to do to fix it, what not to test for your most audacious ideas. So let's get started. I'll hand you over to one of our conversion rate experts.
Okay, so in today's video I want to talk to you about one of the biggest questions we get asked all the time is, what should I split test first? Okay, people just kind of freeze and get worried about where to start with it, what to do to have the biggest impact. Okay, and really there are just kind of 4 steps to this, and I'm just going to pull in a little bit of info about this from our split testing 101 module from the CRO Ignition course, because I think this is going to help you get the ball rolling. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is run an AA test, and what this means is you basically have to check that your split testing platform is working properly, because if it isn't, it's going to be recording inaccurate results and it's going to cause you problems. So what you do is you test 2 identical user experiences against one another, and then in theory, if the platform measures everything correctly, there should be no significant difference between the 2 variations. They're not going to be identical, but there shouldn't be any significant difference between them. Okay. Having said that, very occasionally, particularly with low traffic running through your website, you might find that you do get differences, and that basically means that you need to run the test for longer to get more traffic flowing through it, because no test can reach statistical significance until it's had enough traffic running through it. It's a numbers thing. I'm not going to bore you with the maths, but you need to just be running an AA test to check everything's working okay. So that's your very first step. Your next step is basically to choose a quick test to get up and running with, some sort of warm-up test. So if you've already got some ideas about what to test, then maybe start with those. Now, the reason we say that is because the next 2 steps take a little bit longer to kind of tee up. All right. Normally, I would never recommend just shoot from the hip kind of ideas for tests, because they invariably lead to disappointing results or no results whatsoever. The tests never reach significance, because unless your tests are based on something that's being told to you by your visitors, that's either broken with your site or something they don't believe about what you're claiming, or the sales objections, then they're not going to have a significant impact on your bottom line. So try to have a warm-up test that is based on something of some validity. So probably the quickest thing for you to do is just go and have a quick chat with your customer service department, your sales team, and find out what they think are people's biggest objections around the website, what usability issues are, and test that. Now in our course we offer a 75 quick conversion boosting test ideas, really is a way to get you warmed up, so you can pick one that's relevant to your business, and it walks you through examples of that, because they're proven examples that work for lots of e-commerce sites. So that's your warm-up test. Step 3 is to test all the things that users are telling you are broken with your site. Now the way to find this out, or the quickest way to find this out, is to do some usability testing using something like usertesting.com, or set up a on-page pop-up survey like Qualaroo and get some data and get some feedback so that you can base your tests on those, because when you know what's broken, what's not working, what people's sales objections are, you're going to have tests that have a much more solid hypotheses, and you will get much bigger results. This is when you get the double and triple digit game-changing changes from your tests. Okay. And finally, step 4 is when you roll out the big guns. That's when you test your big, bold ideas, the ones that could really significantly move the needle for you, because they tend to be the ones that take a little bit more time to implement. They're ones that take more technical resources. Things like, you know, perhaps kind of playing around with your conversion funnel, your sales funnel, and reordering things. So like, for example, if you're going to introduce a free trial that you've never done before, or a $1 trial, or you know, send no money now, pay us in 30 days, things like that are big significant changes to the way your site works. Or it could be something that's like introducing a really bold, audacious guarantee, like a 365-day free shipping, free returns policy, something that you've never done before. Those are the things you want to test after you've built your confidence up with your warm-up tests and fixing all your problems with your site, and then you go in with the big bold stuff. So that's really how to kind of map things out. In our course, the CRO Ignition, we really delve deeper into that, so you've got a really solid plan, which is what we call the $1 Million Money Map. But just as a very sort of quick, off-the-cuff guide to where to start with split testing, this is kind of how you want to attack it.
Well, that's the end of today's conversionrateacademy.com's optimization tips. I hope you loved it. Click the like button and also scroll to the bottom and leave us a comment so that we can continue the conversation there. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.